Hey friendlies, I'm Carolyn and welcome back to my RV life. Here I am in the now notorious RTR 2019 wash. A lot of you have seen this on the Cheap RV Living video, and Bob drove a few vans down it, and the big question is, I'm in an RV, can I make it through that wash? So here I am. If anybody's going to do this video, it's going to be me, right? To show whether or not a Class C RV can make it through this wash. So I'm in a 24-foot RV, so I'm going to show you me driving through this wash, and so that you can determine for yourself whether or not your RV make it. I've got cameras set up at different angles, so I'm going to try to show you the clearance in the back as my tail end goes through, because on the bigger RVs that's often the challenge, right? You've got the overhang behind the back wheels. So I'm going to go ahead and drive through, and we're going to see if I'm going to be able to make it. And we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it on the other side, okay? All right, stay tuned. Okay, so that was super easy. I was checking my rear end the whole time through, and I didn't even come close to dragging on that. The nice thing about this wash, and what I suspected from watching the video, is that it's nice and gradual going in, it's wide on the bottom, and it's gradual enough coming out. So I'm in a 24-foot RV. I'm going to take a look at the footage that I got on the second cameras to see how close I came to dragging. But from what I could see in my rear view mirror, I wasn't even close. So coming through was really easy in my RV. I will say though that coming in, a lot of traffic. There's only one way in and one way out. This road, there's no way two cars can go through at the same time. It's going to be a disaster out here during the RTR. And so I would recommend, even if you are in an RV and even if you can make it, you might want to reconsider. I think what I might do is just get out here early, park, and not plan on leaving until after the RTR is over, because traffic coming in and out of this road, it's going to be congested, it's going to be really nasty. So yeah, you know what, at least in a 24-foot RV, no problems getting out here. I'm going to go drive a little bit more on the road to show you what the rest of the road looks like, but yeah, not a problem. So if you don't mind sitting in traffic, because there's going to be a lot of traffic, 7,500 to 10,000 people out here, and you have to come in the day it starts and leave the day it ends. There's going to be a lot of traffic. You might want to reconsider, you know, camping right here in the RTR area. But piece of cake driving through that. Just takes a little kahunas. Kahunas? All right, we'll see you again in a minute. We're about 50 feet in from the first wash that you just saw me driving through, and that was the really big one that Bob was most concerned about, I think, in the video, and they showed all the vans going through. And as you saw in the video, I made it through that with no problem. I'm not even 100 feet away from that wash, and here's another one. And this one, it's really rocky, and I think the inclination might be that you might get stuck in this one, but I'm going to go ahead and drive through it and show you what it looks like as I drive through it. And I've also got a GoPro on the hood this time, and we'll take a look and see how it goes driving through it. Once again, that was really easy. It looked like I had at least a foot clearance on my back end as far as not even coming close to dragging. This one is really easy. I would say on this one you could probably get any size rig down. The first one, there's a couple here panning for gold, and they've got a 34 foot, and they said they would think twice about going down the first one in a 34 foot. And again, you know, the traffic on this is going to be awful. Anybody gets stuck and you're going to be blocking traffic in and out. This is just really logistically a really bad place for the RTR. And then, you know, and I know it's totally not Bob's fault. BLM just kind of, I guess, had some issues with where are they going to fit such a big crowd. The crowd is getting so big. And I don't know, you know, I wouldn't want to be stuck out here. And this road coming in and out, I don't know, maybe camping, maybe the answer is to camp in the outskirts, maybe to camp in town, maybe to camp at some of the LTVAs and ride a bike in if you can, or walk in if you can walk for the events that you want to come in. But it really looks to me like this area is really meant for smaller vehicles. Vans and people in tents are going to do really, really well out here. I imagine a lot of big RVs just really clogging this up, and somebody trying to do something that they can and getting stuck and clogging this whole entire artery in and out, and that'll be a nightmare. This is the one time I'm going to say err on the side of caution. Don't try to come in here if you have any doubts whatsoever. Don't push it. Don't get stuck, because it's just going to create a nightmare for everybody out here. I did it in a 24-foot RV just to show that in a smaller RV you can do it. Probably a 30-foot RV you can do it. You know, anything over 30, I don't think I'd recommend it. You could probably do it, but again, you know, unless, let me say this, if you're an inexperienced driver in a larger RV, don't do it. If you are brand new on the road, you haven't been driving your RV very long, you haven't gotten it stuck a few times, you don't really know, you know, what it's capable of and what you're capable of, absolutely do not do it. Don't do it. If you're scared about doing it, don't do it. If you're an experienced driver, you've been on washes, you've driven in the desert, you've gotten stuck a couple of times, you've dragged your back end a few times, and you know, you've got a really good feel for your rig. Like, I've got a pretty good feel for my rig now. It doesn't mean I don't still get stuck sometimes because I push it. But if that's you, if you are experienced and you know your rig, then yeah, you might want to try it. But newbies who are timid about driving, don't. You're going to cause a nightmare out here. And so that's my little drive today, and that's my advice for if you're coming to the RV in an RV, or if you're coming to the RTR in an RV. Yes, in a 24-foot RV, I didn't have a problem at all. I can't say whether you're going to have a problem or not. I don't know your rig. I don't drive your rig, but I'm going to say anything smaller than 24 feet, I can't imagine would be a problem. And I'm going to wager, and I'm going to kind of go out on a limb and say that, well, let me think. I probably could have made that in Matilda. Matilda was 29 foot, and I think I could have also made that in Matilda. It's really a pretty gradual grade. It's not that bad. But again, if you're in a 29 foot, 30 foot RV, and you don't know, if you're new, if you're timid, don't do it. Stay somewhere else. Okay, I hope you all found that really helpful. And I look forward to seeing you at the RTR. You don't need to camp in here, one way in and one way out alone. Just, you know, if you do want to come in and out and you don't want to sit in traffic, that should be enough of a deterrent, I think, for a lot of people. There's plenty of BLM land in surrounding areas. You can walk in, and I recommend doing that to avoid a lot of hassles, not only for you, but, you know, for everybody. Not even 100 feet from that second wash that I just drove through, and I'm at another wash, and I couldn't make it through. I scraped, and I had a feeling I would, but I thought, what the heck, I'll give it a shot. Just go slow, and if I hear myself scrape, you know, once you hear yourself scrape a tiny bit, that's when you back up. Don't push it, don't go forward. You're going to break something, and you're going to get to a point where you can't back up, and you're going to really be in a lot of trouble. So this is the third wash coming in, and I can't get through this. All right, So can you see that wash? It doesn't look that bad, but it's loose rock, and that is a pretty steep angle. And you see, this is why it's a problem, because it goes down almost to a point before it comes back up. There's no flat at the bottom of the wash. It just goes down and right back up. The ones that you can make go down and then they level out before they go back up. And that's where bigger rigs don't usually have a problem. But because this literally, you probably can't see it, but it really does almost come to a point before it goes back up, I'm not able to make it. You see, it's kind of steep without my back end dragging. So I am not out very far, and there is not, I'm looking at this space, there is not a lot of room before this wash. It's going to be crowded, it's going to be packed, because there's not a lot of places that you can drive in this area, and the vans and stuff will be able to go out here, but there's not going to be a lot of room out here for big rigs. Everybody's going to be crammed right here in the beginning, probably around the main camp area. So if you want to come out here in a bigger rig and you think that you're going to be able to drive way back into the woods or way back into the desert and kind of blend in or get away from people, I don't think you're going to be able to. This is pretty bad out here, and I'm looking ahead of me. I don't know if you can see, I haven't looked at that yet, but there's another wash right here. Oh, I got the sun, and the sun's in the wrong place. But yeah, so here's the fourth wash. I wouldn't even try to make that. Well, I can't make it anyway because I'm not going to make it past the other one. But this goes like this, and then it goes really steep. That's too steep. I don't know that I would make it. I might, and if I could make it through the other wash, I might try it. I don't think you could. I'm not going to recommend coming out here. If you're in anything bigger than 30 feet, don't even try. Don't even try. Or if you're towing a vehicle, I have no idea how towing something works. So if you're towing a trailer, I don't know how that works as far as, I think you have a little more flexibility if you're towing something than if you have the big overhang that we have in the RV. But that's it. You can make it through the first two washes in a 24, maybe up to a 30-foot RV. After that, you're not going very far. So if you are in a bigger RV, that means that you're going to be congregated. It's going to be really crowded out here. It's going to be interesting to see. You can see behind me. I mean, it looks like a lot of room now, but once you start getting big rigs in here and tens of, thousands of people, 10,000 people maybe, this is going to fill up really fast. But you do have these arms, so these go, I don't know how far back these go. And there's like 3 of them, but from my experience in walking around the original RTR site, where we've been the last couple of years, walking through there before anybody gets there or after everybody leaves and looking around, I'm honestly just really kind of perplexed about how this is going to handle the crowd we're expecting. So just expect crowds, expect not a lot of roads, not a lot of maneuverability, and that means, again, if you're in a bigger rig, it's going to be challenging. So, all right, I hope you found that helpful. This is the end of the road for me at the 2019 Winter Rubber Tramp Rendezvous. I don't know. I think I'm going to come in here and find a place to park and stay put and not move for the entire the entire length of the RTR. Because it's not going to be fun trying to get it in and out of here. But, it is what it is. We make do with what we have, and everybody's still going to have a great time. But I'm just going to say that if you're in a bigger RV, I recommend not coming in here, camping somewhere else. Okay, I'll see you guys all soon at the RTR. Be safe, be safe, be careful. When in doubt, go really, really slow, put it in low gear, and never get into a situation you can't back out of. All right, I'll see you all soon. In the meantime, be happy, be free, and be kind. I'll see you soon.